Founder and Chief Executive Officer of Redbus, which is India's largest online bus ticketing portal. And Funny is also credited with pioneering this internet ticketing industry for bus in India. He probably faced a problem when he was going home, from his Bangalore job of getting tickets for bus, and also he was amazed at the fact that how some agents could confirm the ticket and how some really could not. That frustration and I believe some deep thoughts around it were founding forces behind the great idea that we see today. I know Funny is going to talk a lot, and our anchor is going to invoke him to do that. Here are some quick facts about Redbus. This was founded in 2006. Operations are spanning across 15 states, 15,000 routes, and over 150 bus operators. It was amongst Forbes' top 5 startups last year. It is also ranked number 1 with a growth rate of 4,823% for last couple of years. So that's really amazing, and we are definitely honored to have Funny here. As an individual, he was also ranked number 3 by as most promising entrepreneur by Business World. He was awarded by Economics Times Entrepreneur of the Year award in a specific category, and by BITSA, from where he comes, he was 30 under 30 award winner as well. Very studious person, a state ranker, and an alumni of Birla Institute of Technology, Pune, is here with us. And as a long-time friend of his, I feel privileged that he is here, and I am introducing him. Okay. And also, we have a wonderful anchor today to invoke Funny. Samir Panitkar, his name is, and he himself is a well-accomplished serial entrepreneur, and he's president of Shop Socially, which is an online community-centric shopping enabler engine. He's a Web 2.0 savvy entrepreneur in Silicon Valley, a fellow startup for a long time. And best part is he's a great academician. He has also written 2 books on Verilog. Okay, so that's something that touches many hearts here, I'm sure, the semiconductor people. Samir comes with a BTech in electrical engineering from IIT Kanpur, MS in electrical engineering from University of Washington, and MBA from San Jose State University. So, for Funny, we have a well-accomplished and wonderful anchor here as well. So I welcome both and request them to come here on the stage. And I also request Dr. Sundar Rajan to present a welcome bouquet to Funny. So if you could come over. Yes, I would rather be audience now on. Thank you.
To be a facilitator for the session with Funny, somebody so young and so successful. What I'm going to do is very quickly talk about the format of the session so we can get started. At a very high level, the objective of the session is to talk about Funny's story, but mainly about how we got over the hump of starting up and creating something so big. We are going to generally divide the discussion into 5 sections. The first part is taking the plunge. How did he go over the barrier? Second is starting up. What were his initial difficulties? The third is the growth phase. Fourth is the crystal ball as to what he sees as the future for the company. And finally, really advice for budding entrepreneurs. That's kind of how the 5 sections. Again, you won't see them distinctly divided. I'll make it as smooth as possible. But the format will be, we'll quickly go through those sections in about 20 to 25 minutes, and then I want to open it up to the audience because this is really all about you getting something from it, and that's what we want to do. Okay, so that's how we're going to get started. So I guess Funny, if you're ready. So tell a little bit about how Redbus makes money right now. What are the various sources?
Oh my God. Yeah, we make money by selling tickets. So we have 3 products right now. What you see on the front end is Redbus, but there are 2 other products in the back end. The first product in the backend is called BOSS, BOSS. It stands for Bus Operator Software System. It's an ERP given to the bus operators. Bus operators use that software to manage their operations, and because of which we get access to the live status of the inventory in each bus, their departure times, their timings, if any bus is cancelled. So everything, every information about those buses comes to us live because bus operators use that bus. And then we have another software called Seat Seller. Seat Seller is a GDS for bus ticketing. So what happens there is that's an interface given to the travel agents. So when you go to a travel agent, earlier if the travel agent was calling bus operators to find out if there's any inventory in various buses, today he just logs on to Seat Seller, searches for the source and destination, looks up the number of services, status. The difference between Redbus and Seat Seller is that Seat Seller, he sees the commission as well. So how much commission is getting from which bus operators, etc. And besides that, the workflows are a little different. So for an agent, he wants booking history, he wants to know reconciliation of how much money he's made, is there any pending deliveries and etc. and all. So which workflows doesn't apply to the Redbus. So that's why we have two sites. So these are the three products that we have, and each one is a profit center in itself. So for example, in BOSS, we make money on every transaction that is made in BOSS, whether or not we sell the ticket. For example, recently, I mean, if you've noticed bus operators writing on their buses saying that e-ticketing available at www.xyztravels.com, that xyztravels.com is hosted by us. So either you go to xyztravels.com, make a booking, or you go to a bus operator's office and make a booking, or you book through any other travel agent. The BOSS is the fundamental technology that is used. So we make a small transaction fee on every ticket that is sold. On Redbus, because we are travel agents ourselves, for every seat sold, we get commission from the bus operators. And on Seat Seller, again, for every seat sold, we get a transaction fee. So between these three, we make money. And then between these three, a huge network is set, because with more and more bus operators getting onto BOSS, more and more travel agents get onto Seat Seller. And more travel agents get onto Seat Seller, more and more bus operators get onto Seat Seller. And that is the fundamental strength in the whole business. With these two fueling each other, we get more and more access to the inventory to our consumers on Redbus. So the third one also fuels these two. So that's pretty much about our business.
Fantastic, thank you. So what is your approximate turnover right now? If you're comfortable.
Oh my God, you have a finance background. I thought this was I thought this is Pune. Okay, tomorrow, I mean, Tuesday I have a session in Mumbai, and I was preparing for those questions in Mumbai. What is your turnover? What is your bottom line? What is your top line? What is your EBITDA, and etc. and all. Anyway, yeah. So this year, interestingly, this year, for everything you ask in finance, I would probably give a business angle of it, because I'm not a very good finance guy. So basically, last year we did about 120 crores approximately. This year we thought we'll do about 250 crores because March is when you plan. So we said 110 crores. Before that we did 55 crores, and before that we did 25 crores. We thought there is something that is setting into the company where we are doubling every year. And before that, because the base is so small, we did like 10 times, and before that also we did another 10 times, and that's how you see the 4,800% growth and etc. This time we thought it will be about 250 crores, but what interestingly that we're seeing is we've already crossed from April to August, September, we've already crossed like 200 crores. So, yeah. So this year we'll probably end up at around 400 crores. The interesting thing there is not the number, because we really didn't work harder than we would have worked for the 250 crores that we were planning. The interesting thing there is, I think, multiple things. One thing is the BOSS adoption has got a lot of inventory onto us. Really, the BOSS adoption has taken off in the last few months. The second thing that has happened is there's a lot of e-commerce awareness. If there are like 10-20 companies asking people to get onto net and book, get on net and buy this, those customers also likely to book their other transactions on internet. that really added to us. I think it's a great time to start to do anything on internet e-commerce, because there's a lot of buzz around it around. Then the other one that is contributed is, I think, the real critical mass. We've grown through word of mouth, so I think that 10 persons talking about Redbus versus 100 people talking about Redbus, after a while it really picks up. I think we're seeing that kick in right now. These are some of the things which have really kind of accelerated that, and I really don't know what we have really done inside for that. Yeah.
So let's rewind a little. Go back to the beginning. When you were at Texas Instruments, were you always thinking about starting a company?
Actually, never. As a child, I was really fascinated with electronics. How these things, invisible things called electrons, move in a wire, and then suddenly the light glows and the fan rotates. I was really fascinated with it. And as a child, I used to have a electronics kit where you, with a solder gun and etc. and all that, where you connect wires and then figure out what happens with that, connect a battery to it and etc. So I always wanted to study electronics, went to Pilani, studied electronics, and the dream was to get into an electronics company, got into Texas Instruments, designing microchip, and the life was set. We didn't hate our bosses. We didn't want to be our own bosses to get into entrepreneurship. And then actually we are incidental entrepreneurs. What happened was 5 years back during Diwali 2005, my parents are in Hyderabad and I was working in Bangalore, so we used to take buses frequently. And during Diwali 2005, I went to my travel agent to book a ticket. And until then, he's always got me a seat. Only Diwali of 2005, for the first time, he told me, sorry, I couldn't get you a seat. And then, because I was regular to him, he said, maybe another travel agent couldn't get you a seat. My initial reaction was, if you were a travel agent selling for those buses, why can't you get a seat for me? And why is that the other travel agent could get me a seat? Anyway, he said, maybe you can just go and try. So I went to another travel agent and he made a few phone calls, maybe about 5 phone calls, and told me, I can't get you a seat. Then I asked him, can another travel agent get me a seat? He said, probably yes. Then I went to like 6, 7 travel agents and all of them made like 4, 5 phone calls and declared to me saying that there are no seats. Then I came back, ended up being alone in the room. All my bachelor flatmates have gone home and I was alone. Next day when I woke up, I was really feeling guilty. Maybe there was some travel agent in the city who may have had a seat and then I didn't go to him. Maybe there was some bus operator whose bus went with a vacant seat from Bangalore to Hyderabad that night and I couldn't get access to him. I was thinking it's a loss. I mean, lost to the bus operator because he couldn't probably get a customer. Lost to the travel agent because he had a customer and he couldn't get sell a seat. Lost to a customer like me because I desperately wanted to go and couldn't get access to the ticket. So that really pushed me to go back to the travel agent and ask him what really happens. Somehow I knew, I had a feeling that there were like 50 bus operators flying buses from Bangalore to Hyderabad, but each one of them were making only 5 phone calls. When I went and asked him how it works, when he explained to me how it works, I realized that a computer system can solve this problem. Why can't there be a software where all bus operators put the seats that they have on it and all travel agents pick up seats first come first serve from there. And it helps everybody. It helps the bus operator because he's exposing all that he has to everybody, and it helps the travel agent because he can confidently tell his customer saying that there is no seat in the city